in the QBO gym, and this is where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you want to do an entire month's worth of these all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's go ahead and get into today's exercise, which is being pulled from our November Year 1 cardio section. At the top here is an animated video to give you a synopsis of what is going on in Craig's world this month. He is our fictitious business owner. Further down is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to that video up above. Below that are the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises in this section and completed them, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive into today's exercise where we're going to deal with the telephone bill. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise come up for you. I have it here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through the scenario. When you were in recurring transactions setting up the contractor installation bill, you noticed the telephone bill was set up as a bill. Being set up as a bill will just create a bill each month that needs to be paid. You know that Craig has his telephone bill set up on auto pay, so it just comes straight out of the bank. In order to have a better flow, you want to set this as a recurring expense. Now, you will need to be in the same session of the sample company that you did the 4 or 3 previous exercises in. If you have not completed those yet, go ahead and click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. That'll take you to the first one. Complete that one and all the ones after it until you get back to this one. They all build on each other, so it's important to start with the first one. I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. This is the last page that I left off of from the previous exercise. So let's go ahead and get started with this one. By setting up the telephone bill as an expense, it will show that it gets paid and will create a match when the transaction comes through the bank feed. So this is what we're going to fix now. But unfortunately, you cannot just change the type on a recurring transaction or any transaction really, so you'll need to create a new one. The first thing to do is to look at the current recurring bill and gather all the information to put in the expense. So you should already be here on this recurring transaction screen. If not, you would just click on the gear icon and then go to recurring transactions. So we're going to edit this telephone bill. Go ahead and click on that. And we're just editing it so that we can get all the information gathered here. We're going to change the template name by deleting the word bill. So go ahead and delete bill. And take note of the information in the type, the vendor, the interval right here, the description down here, and the amount fields so that you can recreate this as an expense. You will leave the word telephone here because there has to be a template name. You will delete this entire bill later, but for right now, we're just going to leave it here. All we need to do is just click on Save Template. So go ahead and do that on the bottom right corner. And that's showing as saved, and it's showing now that the name is telephone. So now let's go ahead and create a new recurring expense by clicking on the green New button right there. In the transaction type field, we want to change this to expense. So click the down arrow, scroll down a little bit, and then you will see expense. Go ahead and click on that and then click on the green OK button. Let's go ahead and fill it out the same way the other one was filled out. In the template name field, we're going to call this telephone bill. So we know that this is the one that we actually want to use in the future. So telephone bill is what should be in the template name. In the payee field, we want to change this to PAL telephone, which is the 5th one on that list. Go ahead and click on that. And then the following should already be filled in, but in case not, the type should be scheduled. The interval should be monthly on the first day of every month. The start date we're going to leave as blank, and the end date is going to be none. In the category field, so we've done all of this. Let's go ahead and scroll down here to the category details grid. In the category field, we want to select telephone. So click into it 2 times. You can scroll down to telephone or you can type it in. Either way is perfectly fine. And it's under utilities. It's a sub-account of utilities. Go ahead and click on that. In the description field, we're going to type monthly phone bill. So click into it and go ahead and type that. The amount was $74.36. So click into that amount field and go ahead and type that. When you click out of it, you will see that it has been updated by QBO. And this is all good to go. We can go ahead and click on Save Template. That's the green button on the bottom right corner. Click on that. And now that expense has been saved. And it'll take us back here, and you can see this is the new one that we just created, the expense, that telephone bill. This is the old one. So now we can delete the previous recurring telephone bill since we no longer need this one. So at the end of the row, go ahead and click on the down arrow and then delete. Make sure you're deleting the old bill and not the new expense that we just created. So the one that says telephone, click the down arrow, go ahead and click on delete. It's going to ask if you're sure you want to delete this, and the answer is yes. So go ahead and click on the green yes button. And now that one has been deleted, and now we have that expense that has been the new one that we just created. So now QBO will automatically create the expense each month. You will match it to the bank feed, and there will be no extra steps. And that's how you would adjust a recurring transaction. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We're going to continue on in the cardio section with our next exercise where we practice correcting the loan. And I will see you in the next video.